good morning. This is John Dampil again from the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, studying Masters of Science in Computer Engineering, major in applied cybersecurity and data forensics. So this is the part two of my video. So the first one will be the summary or the actual PowerPoint presentation, wherein we have identified the points that are required for the tasks that were given to us. And just to give a quick background on this, so the study, which is the application of fuzzy logic in academic setup. So basically, this is we had two authors, which is Z. Ahmad and and moving to the contents, we also have the Serish Juarez as the author. So for the abstract, they have mentioned that fuzzy logic has been already applied for many fields of engineering, such as control, electrical engineering, and it is able to resolve and provide, control and many other application in the engineering field. But for this particular study, it is more focused on being applied on the logical variables or the social variables that they are dealing with, particularly on this study. So for their statement here, they have been used fuzzy logic in academic setup in which they deal with logical variables. If age is variable and we say 60 years of age is old is 59 years and 3 months young, such types of problems we can solve by fuzzy logic is the best one with dealing such variables. So for this example that they have, they mentioned that if you are 60 years old, 60 years of age, a person is old. So does it mean that 59 years and 3 months person is young? Or should I say if 60 years and 1 day, very old? So that is the vagueness that I'm mentioning earlier in the PowerPoint presentations. So obviously, Boolean algebra or Boolean logic will not be able to solve those kinds of scenarios for us. So we apply fuzzy logic to get those vagueness out of the picture and be able to provide definite answers and um, definite output for whatever input that they provide. So as part of their introduction, so it's widely used. Fuzzy logic is already widely used for control, system identification, etc. And computers are also well known for counting numbers, doing mathematical operations, and they can say that the value is true or false. But there are other aspects that humans can easily describe, understand, and explain to others, but traditional mathematics, including set theory, fails to handle. So for the example earlier, which is 60 years old, the concept young is an example for any specification his person age is precise. However, related to particular age of young involves fuzziness and is sometimes confusing. What age is young and what age is not? So how true is true and how false is false. So the nature of such question has nothing to do with stochastic concepts such as probability or possibility. Why is that 34.9 years old is completely young, while 35.1-year-old is not young at all? So fuzzy logic is a new way to express a probability, and fuzzy logic is specifically designed to deal with imprecise or imprecision of facts. Now, if you move on, scroll down more, you'll be able to get more definitions of fuzzy logic based on previous studies or based from other authors or professors in the fields that will be very useful for us to understand it. Now, moving on, I mentioned logical variables as their input or social variables. So here we got the material and method. So basically, this is their data gathering. So they have many variables, such variables that human can better understand. So that affect on and we have many variables that have effect on academic performance of students in the university. So students in the university will be the participants for their study. We have take two input variables, study hours and previous degree marks as input, and output will be the GPA. Now they have applied the fuzzy inference system, which is basically the mapping of inputs into an output by using fuzzy logic. There are 5 primary GUI tools for building fuzzy inference, which is the fuzzy logic toolbox, fizz editor, membership function, rule editor, rule viewer, and the surface viewer. And to add it here as well, we can also use MATLAB. So first, they have entered the three variables to input and output, percentage of previous degree marks, and these are the input, and GPA is the output variable, cannot and computer cannot explain well. For this example, in the form of no and yes. And we say study. So like I mentioned, logical questions will be arising. So in the Phys editor, they will able to do the mapping and the plotting of the information. Membership function, which is basically means it's the curve that defines how each point in each space is mapped. And also below here, we can see that they have defined the outputs that they are expecting. So if your study time is this, previous mark is this, then your output is this. So they have 9 values here. And when they have simulated it, they were able to plot the results and discussion and support everything and all the claims in the study with a graphical representation. So this is also the screenshot that I have shared in the PowerPoint presentation. So we can see that where lower marks here, and the lower timing at the x-axis is low on graph, which stays on the blue, and while the study hours is increasing and the higher marks is and the marks previous marks are also increasing, then we have a higher trend for the outcome output, which is basically a three-dimensional. So we have the output, um, and the inputs here, and they can support their claim that the higher the study time and the higher your previous marks, then you'll have higher scores on your GPA. And also for anyone interested in reviewing further studies, they have also included very good references here. Basically, they have 12. So you can also visit or try to look for these particular articles and documentations and publications that are available or listed on their research paper. So I hope you enjoyed today and understand the concept of fuzzy logic and how they applied it for this particular topic in an academic setup. And I look forward for every one of you guys in the future. Thank you very much. This is John Dampil again, and I'm really glad to share and share my input and my views on their research paper. Thank you very much and have a great day ahead. Stay safe.